Joe down at the OK Corral. Welcome to LA2M. Will you please take your seats? And hey, thanks for coming, folks. Thanks for coming. My name is Derek Maribon, and I run a company called Ingenix Digital Marketing, and I also tend to be up front usually at LA2M. Thanks for putting up with me. And who here is new? Any newbies? Anyone here? Yeah, a bunch of newbies. See, this is very interesting. When you bring in these different speakers, and they have like fans. They have fans that follow them around. Yeah, groupies, right? So these are some of the groupies, the Band-Aids, so to speak, and then I saw the movie Almost Famous. But anyway, so the reason I'm standing up here with Vanna here. This is Stacy. You most know Stacy. She's from Dollar Bill Printing. They do really great color printing, and she's also the LA2M treasurer. So LA2M is a 501c3 nonprofit, which means we are like an official nonprofit. We went through a painful application process, and we passed the hat. So we're old school here. So really, it's free to come. You can come and you can sit and listen to our great speakers and learn for free. If you want to eat lunch, it's $10. That goes straight to Counter on Meals. And if you want to throw something in the hat to help fund our programming, if we're a volunteer organization, feel free to do that. We suggest $3. And Stacy passes the proverbial hat basketball thing. So, but anyways, just to give you an idea, we do have a LinkedIn group. In case you're not in it, Monty always reminds us that please turn off your cell phones or set them to stun, because we all know it's annoying. Actually, this group is pretty good about that. You ever get in some groups and people's phones are just going off all the time? Yeah, this group's pretty good about that. I think it's a smarter crowd, that attracts to marketing and advertising for some reason. Maybe a less annoying crowd. So anyways, we also have a Facebook page. Feel free to like us. If anyone is tweeting this event, I'm looking at Chad Weebesek. He's a big tweeter. Any other tweeters out there? Twitters? Yeah, it's good. Feel free to tweet and use the hashtag LA2M. LA2M. You can also check in at this event on Foursquare. You can check right in at LA2M. And who's the mayor? Is Tiffany the mayor?
Yeah.
Is
Tiffany and David, we're duking it out.
Okay, Tiffany and David are duking it out. And I'd like to see more people check in there just for fun. So that's Foursquare location-based check-in. Yes. And the format of this meeting, our speaker will start any moment. And the speaker talks for approximately 30 to 40 minutes. We usually have some time for Q&A, and then at 12:45, you get to pass the mic and kind of introduce yourself briefly. And again, our group is very good at that. We get around this whole room of 70, 80 to 100 people in about 15 minutes. And then you're out of here at 1, on to your next activities. Anybody have any questions? No? Any quick announcements before I start? Anybody got a burning desire to say something real quick before we go? Want the mic? No? Okay, good. That's fair. So today we have a guy, his name's John Lichtenberg. He's pretty talented. I've known John, I guess I've known him for a while, because we've talked in the past about doing some work with digital stuff, but then he was actually one of my students, which was pretty nice turn of play. I always like it when the marketing executives are my students. It just makes me feel special. But he was more than a student. He's really a leader and trendsetter in this business, and he blew me away. And I think the class, he took my new mini driver's license as part of his Walsh MBA, I believe, right? Or
No.
MSU? Masters? Okay, the MSU Masters. But anyways, he really set the standard, did some crazy videos, just some really fun things. And what I think John understands, as head of marketing for Walsh, is that you gotta have fun in your marketing. That's kind of why he works with crazy agency like Parrish and Partners, because those guys know how to have fun, and I think they all do. They go out and they golf and they make crazy ads and they do cool promotions, and so I think there's a lot to learn here today from John Lichtenberg. So let's give him a big round of applause.
Are we all good here? You guys even need this thing? All right, excuse me, I'm a little wired. I left Troy at 10 to 11, so I'm a little jittery. I'm from Walsh College. You may not know who Walsh College is, nor did I when I started there. They are a business school that is located in Troy. They've also got a location in Novi. And I started there about 3 years ago, and really nobody knew about it. I can't walk around or I'm off camera. Are you shitting me? Okay. This is going to be good. Okay, I don't like to sit still very well. But anyway, that was a good build-up for me because we do like to have fun at Walsh, and I did hire parents because they're a lot of fun to work with. The higher ed category is extremely conservative. Still not quite sure how I was hired there. I think my boss called me a reverend after 1 month, and I didn't really know what that meant, so I looked it up, and I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but I looked at the whole category, and everybody kind of had the same stuff, with people smiling at the camera, and they're going to go ahead, and I said, this is going to be easy to do, or not, but to try and stand out. So we did the whole Research 360 thing and talked to the students and everything. We came down to the realization that very quickly that we are a very serious school. Students go there after work, 4 hours at night, then they have homework to do during the week. So they are not smiling, they're not looking at the camera saying they're going to be ambitious, they're very serious students. So we came up with kind of an irreverent campaign. I should probably start my PowerPoint. This is the guy from he's Johnny Rotten, right? Right, so there's Johnny Rotten. He yelled at me at a concert one time. So that's my claim to fame, as they say. I've got a PowerPoint. PowerPoint sucks, but everybody gets all squeezy if we don't have one. So here's mine. As you can see, I can't see. Okay. Nope, that was the wrong button. Clearly, the wrong button. Okay. It's this one here, right? Excellent. Okay. So that's kind of something that I stole from the Tampa Bay Lightning when they were going for the Super Bowl, whenever it was. I thought it was a very appropriate little slogan, or whatever you want to call it, or mantra. So when I started at Walsh, that's the first thing I put on my wall was just a white piece of paper, safe as death. That kind of made him a little bit nervous. But again, what I was trying to do is kind of crash what I thought was a very, very boring category. Whoops. That's me, just in case you don't know, and I don't know what I was talking about, but I was talking about Walsh, and I'm not there yet. See, I spent a lot of time working on this presentation, as you can see. All right, I'm going to start with Kelly Services, so I'm going to go about the Kelly Services story first. I apologize for going into Walsh already, but I worked at, it's a staffing company there, and now in like 40-something countries. When I started there, they were 23. Again, it was kind of known as the Kelly girl. They needed somebody to kind of go in there and break that mold up a little bit as well. My emphasis here is you can have fun with the marketing, and I like to have fun, but I think what probably some people forget is you need to make sure it's actually working. And Ernie Parrish actually said, are we trying to entertain ourselves too much at this point? We kind of were doing that with Walsh, that we were having fun, but we're not necessarily getting our message across. At Kelly, we had a few things we need to get across. We're not Kelly Girl anymore. They've been around, I think, for 75 years or something. Everybody knew Kelly Girl, but they didn't know they were staffing scientific. They didn't know they were staffing IT people. They didn't know all the different things they were doing. So we did a lot of things, especially in Europe, because we were trying to seed that we were a staffing company that was kind of different than the other ones. So again, we tried to have a lot of fun. This is from... I think this is from, I'm going to say Germany, but I don't really know, Switzerland. It's something of that nature. But again, this kind of stood out. And the thing here we're trying to say is at the bottom we had talents at work. So that ended up being our positioning for Kelly Services all over the world, which was incredibly difficult to get the Spaniards to agree with the French, to agree with the English especially, and then you get Russians and everything else. But we finally found out that talent at work worked well for both the business, the B2B, as well as the recruiting. So we had a consistent tagline, strap lines they call it in the UK. This was something like have fun at work or something. So we're trying to say that it's all right to be a temp. It's a new lifestyle, but you don't have to have a full-time job and get to watch. And that's not the way companies are treating you anyway. So this is something around the lines of have fun. Again, I don't have any idea what language. Oh, it's Sweden. I can tell from the URL. In some of the countries, we had to try and adjust. So this is from London. They're definitely a little more out there, I guess, is line of nudity. It's kind of exciting. But you can't do the same type of stuff in Singapore. So we had to really try and adjust. And you don't want to see them make it. What was I talking about? I got into nudity again. So, anyway, so you have to come up with a common position, which is what we did at Kelly. And then we came up with a strap line that worked well, but then we also had to adjust culturally, the same culture, okay? And so we had to have a program that was flexible enough to allow them to adapt to the marketplace, but yet had some consistency. So this was a lot of work to try and make Kelly, that little green line, believe it or not, was a huge accomplishment. We were trying to figure out how to tie everything together. We spent a lot of time of how do you create the white space that has the linkage here all over the world, but also allows you to have some flexibility beyond that. Again, this is from, I think that's Switzerland.ch, and this is from Russia. So consistency, and this was important because one of our largest clients was J&J. So they wanted to know when they walked into a branch at Kelly that there was some consistency. So it was beyond just the signage and the artwork. There needs to be some consistency externally with the advertising. So let's see. There I am again, kind of mentioning I smoked a lot of pot, and I very much inhaled. So this was the launch of, this is kind of fun. I still don't really know what it means, but I was just leaving Kelly, and I hired this guy. His name was Uli, U-L-I, and he was from Dusseldorf, but he worked in Russia, and it just sounded cool to go around saying, I'm using this guy Uli from, Dusseldorf. So the intent of that ad was to talk about outsourcing. You probably can't read it, but you focus on your company on the core, and then the outside would be Kelly. So that we're working on to help you on the ancillary items, whether it's IT, mailroom, outsourcing, etc. So that ad went out, and I left Kelly, and no one really knew I put it in. There was a European-wide Newsweek and a few other, the Herald, what's it called, the Herald? I haven't been international for a while. Anyway, it was a really cool ad, I thought. I was really excited about it, but did I track it? And it ultimately, when it did go out, it ended up having a ton of calls, and they got a huge amount of business out of it. And that was one of those where I was entertaining myself, but I didn't really think through, was it going to actually achieve anything? So there was no thought of that in advance, and that is a huge mistake that a lot of people do. Again, I entertained myself, I got all excited, I put it out there, it looked cool, but did it ever work? Fortunately, this one worked. But I think that a lot of people do is they don't think about that in advance. They get excited about the print ad, they don't think about, are they driving a message? Is that message actually resonating? Is somebody doing something as a result? And you look at the Super Bowl, and everybody tries to create the most outrageous ads and spend millions of dollars, and they really haven't thought through what it's going to do. And imagine the guy who, imagine the guy whose ad sucks, and everybody hates it. You got to go back and say, sorry, I spent $4 million, and the ad didn't work. And that's a perfect example of not thinking through what you're trying to do, what's the message, and are they going to actually resonate? Because, again, I've done so many fun things in my career and didn't really think through that part. So, this is the number of countries that Kelly went to in 7 years. And that was the importance, again, of having an integrated campaign that had a global look or global brand. I still don't consider anybody a global company. They might be a multi-international company, but they're not global. But we went from 23 to 41 companies extremely quickly, and that was, again, the importance of having a template to work with. We grew the international division from $5 million, and actually that was a loss for quite a while, or flat, and we took it up to $1.5 billion. So we would not have been able to do that if we'd not thought through, when we're out there to the market, using our very thin resources. I'm sure you're feeling the same thing. I'm not sure if this is a small business audience, medium business, regardless, but if we didn't think through what's going to be the end result, we would have wasted a lot of money. We would not have achieved that level of success. This was just for Europe. Again, they were losing a lot of money, and within 3 years they're making a lot of money. The nice thing then is the euro is more, the value is higher than the dollar, so it really, really helped us. That's Margaret Thatcher. We talked about the Super Bowl, and you're not going to be able to read this, but I thought this was interesting because I do think some of the advertisers are thinking this through. This graph is about market share growth after the Super Bowl spot, and they showed the expense. So you can see that, yeah, Kiev brought in a 74% growth, but it cost them $81,000 per point. So I don't think people always are thinking through that, especially in the Super Bowl. But I thought it was interesting they did this metric. There's also one for the Super Bowl that talks about the social media activity. So I don't think these things really were aware, or not aware. what's the word I'm thinking about? Help me out here. They didn't exist. They didn't exist in a lot of cases. So they're spending money, they're feeling good about it. And again, this theme is, I think it's good to be outrageous to some extent. It's good to entertain them. It's good to get their attention, but you got to get that message across. And when I get to Walsh, I'll show you how I've done that. I want to do something here other than just show you PowerPoint. So let's see if I can do something here. This here. Okay. What do I have here? Okay. This is a spot we did for Kelly, and again, we had that issue that everyone thought of us as Kelly Roll, which is a nice thing that they even know your brand, or they didn't know it's extension. So we did this spot, and we did some tracking beforehand and then afterwards to see within the audience that we were targeting, which was really the large companies and the business owners and not necessarily the recruits at that time. We wanted to try and move the opinion, and man, I really should have worn my glasses. I look like a dork. I got these at Walmart, I think.
They're very flattering.
Are they?
Yeah.
Really? Thank you.
You
Maybe I should get them on.
barely look like me.
You know, the problem is, though, when you're trying to turn, you can't see. It's got that, like all of a sudden cars are there, you didn't see. You know, I'm really glad you heard that as well. All right, let's push play here. I did not test the sound. Okay, how do I turn up the sound, Governor?
It's on high.
It's on high?
Well, it's on high in your computer.
I know, but is there one that turns it on higher here?
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to hear this then.
There's a guy in the back turning it on.
Roger will go. Can you turn that up for me, buddy? All right, how's this? Show that this you can think about contingent staffing. And now you're seeing it. It's the just in time. Okay, you can't afford to run your mailroom. You don't know how to use the technology. You don't know the efficiencies you can gain because you're paying all these people. And there's the whole lull thing. So what you're seeing right now, even as the recession is starting to come out, not in Detroit, but elsewhere, they're starting to bring in contingent labor. So if you really want to know an indicator of the economy, watch the staffing industry, watch Manpower, watch Kelly, watch Ronstadt, because people will start to bring in contingent labor. So the spots we did and the print we did was trying to tell that message to the business owners that you can bring in good talent. And these people actually like that lifestyle. They want to float around a little bit. They want to maybe take a month off and then go in somewhere else. They may be a 50-year-old lobotomist that's very talented, but they don't want to work at J&J all the time. So there's this new kind of trade out there because people don't have the ability to find jobs full-time. So anyway, that was kind of the Kelly story. Shifting back to something that I was talking about here. Okay. All right, let's talk about Walsh College. I kind of talked about it a little too early, but we really need to break apart the higher ed category. Walsh was the largest graduate business school in Michigan, and nobody knew it. And nobody knew what was inside it. They were kind of known as an accounting school, but nobody really knew Walsh. But when you talk to the people who were inside Walsh, the students, the faculty, everyone loved Walsh. But so what we needed to do is try and create conversations. So a lot of our advertising was driven towards our alums and our students to kind of get them excited. We thought, again, let's entertain them. Let's come with something very simplistic and try to tell the message that we are here. So we had to say, first of all, we're here, by the way. Walsh is here. And then we had to say what we stood for. So our first year was all about we're a business school. That's all I wanted to focus on because no other college is going to shed liberal arts. They're not going to do it. So it's the one thing we can own. And it has really pissed off the competitors. You start seeing the advertising about their business schools. U of M in particular is really mad at me. So they're trying to do a lot of things to say, well, we're a better business school than you. It's like, yeah, but we're the only, that's all we do. So we pushed really hard that first year to say, we're here and we are a business school. Let me show you. Oops. That's my new time. I'm going way too fast. Alt-tab. We suck last episode. That's good. I'm way off here, guys. I apologize. I'm not good with PowerPoint. I think that's actually a good thing. All right. I'm going to show you the first spot that we did. You can find all these on our Walsh website under About Us, marketing campaign. This was the thing we did actually to get the alums excited. So we sent 10,000 shirts out to our alums and students, and they got a DVD. We created, I think, just kind of a mood video to get them excited about the campaign and kind of tell them the swagger and the attitude and the messaging that we're going to go through. We used a guy named Quig. He had a mohawk. He used to do the stuff for Eminem and 50 Cent. And again, I walked this guy intentionally through the administrative section, the faculty section, just to freak them out. So I've been there like, what, a couple months, and they're like, we've done something terribly wrong. Fortunately, it worked out for me and my children. I don't know if I can make this bigger. Can't read that. Is there a way to make that bigger? Here, I'm going to do this. Apologize. Our interface is not good. I know the techie guys here are going to call me your business now. All right, let's start this over again. So, in the development of the campaign, you know, I always tell parents, make me nervous, and think about a safe option, kind of a medium option, and one that makes me kind of sweat, make me really, really nervous. And in this particular case, I told them to do that and said, leave the safety option, keep the safe option at home. Just bring me the one that's sort of out there, and then the one that makes me nervous. So we had some that would have been, you know, nice, so we would have made everybody say, wow, it was great, you know, nice film, and maybe even get their cheers for a little bit. And as I said in my little white up here is the typical drop the strawberry in the milk and the golden retriever. You always get people's attention. Everybody feels warm, but it wouldn't have done shit. Excuse my French, but it wouldn't. So we kind of I didn't come up with, Paris came up with this incredibly, it's almost stupid how easy it is. It's a legal pad, which is done before, but no one's done it in a higher ed category. Nobody's doing it in Detroit. It allows us to tell a lot of messages very, very succinctly, and it's worked out so well that it's really become a canvas. And this was, I think when it started, we were just thinking about print and TV and maybe some applications, and it's just worked so well that now the legal pad has just become our mantra. Everybody knows it. We do tracking studies, and you could just show the legal pad, and they know it's Walsh now. And again, sometimes you just get lucky. And I'd say in some cases we got lucky here. We had a homogenized category. They didn't have a marketing guy for 6 months, so I came in and there was money. I already had a talented group of guys that I worked with, and things just all aligned very well for us. We also had a great story. So let me show you. I'm a little cowgirl. This is the very first spot we did. If it's small again, I freak out. I'm going to do this again, guys. Hang on. Ah! Okay. think it's running twice. I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody have any idea?
Go back to the website and turn it on the website.
What do you want?
I really like that so much. Let me try this again. So I pushed pie chart, correct? And then I want external player. Although I should probably stop this time.
There you go.
Outstanding. All right, so
Walsh College. Live, breathe,
the
business.
continue to have technical difficulties. Sorry about this again. That's not the commercial the way it's supposed to go. Let me just play the smaller one, guys. I apologize. I'm trying to do this streaming.
Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
Okay, so we did that. It's again just trying to launch. That's all we did. We also did a billboard that got me a little bit of trouble that said, "Friends don't let friends study French." And again, that's one where we thought was really funny, and I do think it's funny. But the French teachers in Detroit did not think it was funny. My first call was from Country Day. And she was livid, just livid. And apparently they had this whole network of French teachers and suddenly social, whatever, I hate social stuff. Anyway, they sent it all out. Next thing you know, I've got a barrage of emails. They're just ready to attack me with baguettes and berets outside the college. We're like, well, that was a cool idea, but it didn't work, and we didn't think it through. So, some of these things worked out well. Let me show you some other stuff. After we did the first year of saying that we're just a business-only school, we started talking about our products. And let's show you marketing. And I am not playing around with this again. Just have to watch it small. Volume? Marketing, advertising, PR jobs increased in 2016.
Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
So back to the luck thing, a couple things that worked out here. That little sound in the background almost became mnemonic, not intentionally. It became kind of our little intel mnemonic, and now people, they see the yellow and they know Walsh. They hear that sound, they know Walsh. They see the simplistic message, they know Walsh. And there's all these things that just came together, and I'm not altogether sure they were planned, but sometimes you get lucky. So we've got all these little pieces of Walsh now that resonate well. And our tracking study, and I'll show you some results of it, but I want to show you some more TV. We started pushing online. Over 40% of our students are online students to some degree, which people think of Phoenix, correct? But what you don't realize is Harvard's doing it, Notre Dame's doing it, Michigan's doing it. Billboard online learning is becoming very, very popular. So we are trying to say, yes, we have online. So this is the spot again, very simplistic, to talk about taking classes online.
Earn a business degree online at Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
You have no idea how hard it was for me to sell the president to let me do that little worm thing. It was incredible. Usually she's been really cool. She's kind of let me do everything. A lot of times I don't even ask her. I don't tell her. She'll open cranes and there's an ad, and fortunately she's not offended or concerned. This one I made the mistake of showing her in advance, and I had to do copy testing basically. Let me show you one last TV spot. This one is this year. We're trying now to basically merchandise our grads to the employers. It works again. We like the dual message because then the students feel good that we're out there trying to push their talent and their skill levels. It tells the employers that our other niche about Walsh is that our students, again, 80% are working, but we have 150 adjunct faculty and only 22 full-time. Adjunct means they work during the day. So they'll come in and maybe they're working at Ernst & Young and they'll teach a course. And they'll tell them, you don't need this chapter, here's what you really need to learn. So our students are already used to working somewhere, and now they're learning from people that are actually doing it. It causes a very good discussion in the classroom, and so we're trying to push that here, that our people kind of hit the ground running. It's essentially what we're trying to do. I've got like 16 different ways to play this. Can you see this? Crazy. All right. Play.
Help has arrived. Walsh graduates are ready to hit the ground running. Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
I got to tell you, this campaign is fun to work with too. You know, they bring in obviously everything on boards, and you try and pick it, but it's so hard to pick when it's flat art. They play with it. They got a couple of young guys, I think, in London. They're in the basement. We're getting really, really good talent out of it, and it's they do some things we don't even expect, and it's a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to play a radio spot here, and then I guess, you know, we'll go from there. See what else you want to hear about. Boy, I got a lot of stuff open. So anyway, I'm walking down the street today. All right. This spot is called Groupies, and again, it's talking about our students being very serious. You can't watch it, just listen. Hopefully.
Business people don't have groupies. They don't have one-word names like Beyonce. Nobody wants to copy their hairstyle. And they don't say, I just take it one conference call at a time. Business people don't carry around a chihuahua. Their blazers don't hang from the rafters after they retire. They don't get photographed canoodling by paparazzi. And nobody chants their name before they walk into a big meeting.
Business. All work, no glory. Just the way we like it. As the area's only all-business school, Walsh College attracts serious, business-minded students. Then we prepare them for the next level with challenging degrees taught by successful business leaders. Put a strong business mind to work. Hire a graduate from Walsh College. Live, breathe, business. Visit walshcollege.com.
Okay. Back to my PowerPoint here. All right, so I talked about let's be gooder. You felt we were. That's my new tie. Now I'm going to talk about what the core of my speech really today, or it's not speech, was talking about metrics. So here's the graduate market in Detroit. It is contracting. Detroit is contracting. In fact, I think I read once every 2 hours somebody actually leaves the city of Detroit and moves out. They've got some metric that's frightening. So we've got a contracting market. We've got all this saturation in terms of competitors. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but as I said, we're going down as well, but we're going down less, which is nice to talk to you about the board. But as you can see in grad, we've got we're up like almost double the next competitor. So yeah, we lost more students in it, but our market share didn't go down as much. Here's one that looks better, undergrad. We've gone up almost 8%. OU's gone down 6, U of M Dearborn 2, and Wayne State has gone up 2. So it starts to show you our market share story there. this might not look like much, but 220 students is worth $500,000 to us. So you start getting into the value of the student, you can see what our campaign has done. So we can track all the fluffy stuff. We do all the brand tracking and see here's the key messages we want to get across, and our people trying to understand that we are our business school. We're seeing all those things. Those are great. They sound great. I go to a meeting, have all this charts. But if we don't start to do this, if I don't deliver numbers, then I'm wasting my time. Here's grad, again, 188. I wonder who we're taking market share from. They are not happy with me. So that's my tie bar. And here's a few more metrics. I don't know if you read these. So we've got the highest revenue in 88 years, in the 8-year history. The market share growth I talked about, we had to put some sort of forecast in place, and we surpassed that, which made the CFO very busy, very happy. The triple in brand awareness, I think, is something that's is unheard of. Our research person, we're outperforming the automotive industry by like triple. We're right around retail and actually doing better than sometimes. You can see the direct and the web inquiries. It's a nice metric to look at, but unless I make my money, it doesn't matter. Again, the unaided awareness, top business school, right behind U of M, tracking study, and we got a lot of plaques. Ernie said, you want to win some awards, we'll enter. It's a pain in the butt, but we did it. We keep winning awards for just about everything. Radio, I'm the brand master. I won one recently, which was a joke. And I don't know what that means. There was a reason for me to talk here, I guess. But I wanted to tell you, I guess, two stories where we had a lot of fun, but the most important part of those stories is they work. And I look at a lot of stuff right now, and I do laugh at it. It does catch my attention. It does entertain me, which is something you need to do, I think, in advertising. But did it do anything? And I don't think they're putting the back-end tracking behind it they need, so they don't put the thought behind it. And I think that's why you see marketing directors tend to move through pretty quickly. I think ad agencies get hired by marketing people because they have a cool portfolio. But it's very, very important to track. And I think this helps me when I have my little book. If I ever want to interview, I can show that I did some fun stuff and it did resonate, but it also pushed the needle on brand and made us some money. So that was my theme. I said safe as deaf because really I did try and push hard, and I think it's important for you to push hard, but be careful. I think just be careful. So that was kind of a random. I think everything went really organized. It's very, I did a great job. If anybody needs help, running the computer.
Who's got a question for Mr. Lichtenberg? Ed?
How did your student acquisition costs change from before you arrived to after? So you track that metric?
Yeah, we did. We do look at the cost per student in terms of our marketing budget, and it actually lowered in some cases, not in grad, because we're looking at a smaller market. So grad went up, undergrad went up. Our market, I'm trying to think, your per student marketing cost did go down with that, but we do look at that. We spend more, quite frankly, than a lot of the other colleges. So if you look at our share of voice and our share of spend, we are spending more than they are. But it's an excellent metric that we have to look at. So we're growing a market share. If it's costing us more, it's not going to help us. So we do track that.
Who's got a question? Yes, Steve.
Thank you. Thanks so much for making the point about think it through, is it going to work? Great, great learning for us all. But a particular question about your Walsh example. You said that you were, in the campaign, you were looking to create conversation with the alumni. What were you trying to achieve in doing that?
Thank you, because I never really explained that. I think 60% of our students come from referrals from friends, family, or alums. So I really did think that could be our easiest way. We could do all this, ground fire with mass media. It's very traditional, as you can see, but I love the sight, sound, and motion of TV. And getting the alumni to have conversations with the shirt. They won't buy a Walsh shirt because we don't have a football team. We don't have really any sort of on-campus experience. They don't go to parties and bars together. So how do we get them excited? And we thought the advertising would help that, but then we also try and give them little shots. And you can't believe how much they'll go after you for a $6 shirt. So we're giving these dollars, and they last forever, right? So I don't throw out T-shirts ever. So you're cutting the grass, you have Walsh College on it, and maybe somebody next door says, did you go to Walsh? Now you've got that conversation. And people now are at the point, they say it, the alums are, they're actually kind of proud to put their resume on with Walsh on it. Because before they had to explain what Walsh was about. So the more I get them excited, the more I kind of increase the value of the brand on their resume. And that's what they're looking for. They ultimately want to get through as fast as they can. They do want to learn, but they want to do this as fast as they can. They're trying to create options. They're trying to create different options within their own company, different options within other industries as well. So,
Great. We got a question back here with Chris Lynn.
Yes, I really appreciate you sharing the insights. I think it's very exciting to see how Walsh has come from on the margins or mainstream like this, and I think that's a tribute to what your campaign is all about. The question that I have is, you talked about some of the benefits. You got about 200 more students, and you probably have avoided losing 200 students. Maybe that's $1 million that you said, and you're the #2 school there. I mean, this is all quite valuable. Can you give us a ballpark idea of what type of investment was required to get Walsh?
1.5 million.
1.5? That's it? Wow.
Yeah, that includes all the stuff behind it though. So that's printing, that's my agency fees, that's public relations, that's everything that's involved. But it's a very nice budget. I was very excited. Yeah, I probably had, 1.5 million for 4 countries in Europe. And we're trying to launch in Tokyo. I think I had $75,000. So coming into a focused market with a decent budget helps a lot. So that's another part of those lucky things. All those little dynamics kind of helped out.
And a question from Monty.
So you don't work for Walsh College?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, CMO.
Okay, and how did you decide to do that? Because you've done a lot of things.
Yeah, I have no idea. I just got tired of green, I guess. I got tired of green logos and stuff. I've done that for 13 years. I traveled. I think I did 1.5 million miles. It was killing me. My kids were getting to a point where teenage boys I had to be around. So I said I smoke pot. I don't anymore. You're not. Oh, good. Camera. Who are you? Very nice. How you doing? I like your shoes. Anyway, so what was your talking about? How did I get to Walsh? I coach hockey, and some guy approached me and said, "You ever think of leaving?" And I was like, "Sure, sometime that might be nice." Turns out he's a headhunter. There's an opening at Walsh. I was very, obviously, different than mechanics they're used to. Fortunately, the CEO was also. She was at Chrysler, GM, Firestone, so she also had a different perspective. Everybody was inbred in the auto industry in Herman. They couldn't get into a car company unless you had 20 years of car experience. So me coming in with a fresh perspective was very helpful, I think. But I came in and I thought I had 4 people. The first day they throw out these org charts. Suddenly I found I had 50 people. I had financial aid, records retention, admissions, academic advising. And they never told me this. And I don't know anything about that. So I'm still kind of winging that. But I'm having fun in the marketing. And fortunately I have some good people in others. But it was just a cool change. I thought it was an industry that was a little more stable. Staffing was going up and down. Some of our acquisitions in Germany and Portugal weren't working well. So Kelly was having some strains there as the recession set in. So it was just something different.
You're on. The achievements you made at Walsh are especially impressive considering what's been happening in Michigan in the last few years. And so maybe this is a little off topic, but I wonder if you could just say something about how you would market Michigan.
State, right? Yeah. Well, first, the 700,000 people in manufacturing who don't have jobs and won't get jobs after leaving. And that's a sad reality. I mean, they're trying to talk about, in my opinion, you can't take a worker who's used to making $100,000 and suddenly make 5. I did learn that with Kelly as well. I'd go down to Guadalajara, and the Kodak plant is one of the things we staffed, and there were guys that would unpeel those disposable cameras, pull the film out in their hands, another guy put it in film in their hand. They're making $5 a day. We weighed them to make sure they could fit into the line. So when you have people that are willing to make $5 a day, that manufacturer is not going to come back to Detroit. So I think that's the first thing, is that Detroit area is not level. It just is not level. So I don't know. They keep trying to think, what's the next industry? What's the next industry? I really honestly don't know how I would do it. I think I'd look at how do you market upstate. I mean, the city is a tough thing to market. We have beautiful suburbs. We have a beautiful state. We have beautiful water. But the city's tough. I honestly don't know. That's an excellent question, but I don't know if I know how to do it. I have to get smart people to help me. I don't know if that's a parrot.
All right, well, that's about time. So let's give John a big round of applause for it. And this is the exciting introduction part of our event. and you can also pay your servers. And so we're going to start on introductions. Actually, I have a brief announcement to make. Kevin Gillespie joined Ingenix Digital as COO. He's our first introduction today, but you guys know Kevin. Stand up, Kevin. You guys know Kevin. He's been around LA2M. He's a great speaker. He's been in the marketing business a long time, so we're really pleased to have him on board. And there you go.
Yeah, that's me, Kevin Gillespie. Very proud and excited to be working with Derek and his team as COO of Ingenix. That's the best news I can give you right there.
I'm Sean Hickey, COO of PWD Marketing, and if you're interested in branding or demand generation, you should come talk to us.
Wayne Aker, I'm a web developer specializing in Drupal.
I'm Dee Davey. I'm an independent marketing contractor, and I'm one of the serious marketers in the room that doesn't rely on luck to create success. I help my clients get under the skin of their business to discover their real core competencies and tease out the key messages that will mean something to their customers so that they value, understand, and will want to buy what they offer. Thank you. Dee Davey.
Hey, you got a great hat. Be like you.
I'm Monty Fowler, webwidestudios.com, and tonight I'm going to plug WordPress user group. They're tonight at 7 o'clock down at the Working Tile Exchange.
I am Jim Campbell, and we like to talk to people who are tired of boring web videos. And we invite you to come to our website, excitingproductions.com, and see how we've helped a lot of clients in the area.
I'm Kathy Suzinski, a contract marketing consultant for RJ Conlin Marketing and Design, and I also work with the Integrated Marketing Communications online program, master's program at Eastern.
Susan Harris, tech writer, internet engineering.
Bob Amaridian, angel capital investor, always looking for new investment opportunities.
Hi, I'm Lori Yarmy, and I work at Hatteras Printing Services. And if you're looking to reduce your printing, mailing, and postage costs, we can help you out. Again, Lori Yarmy, Hatteras Printing.
Mary Gabriel, and I'm with an ad agency, Push 22, and we specialize in branding.
Hi, my people have accused me of ruining Charlie Sheen-isms. I blame the Adonis DNA. I'm Dave Murray with Good Stuff Studios. We're a graphic design firm here in Ann Arbor. Right now, we're running some Facebook craziness going on for all our fans. Every Monday, we're going to have a new deal. So check it out, I suppose. Dave Murray, Good Stuff Studios.
Hi, I'm Chad Rubisick. I'm with PWD Marketing Communications. I build websites and help companies create social media presences online and help companies get noticed on Google.
I'm Roger Rail. 3 things. If you're not going to the WordPress tonight and you care about water, go to the DEQ public meeting tonight, 7 o'clock, Abbott School, to talk about the DEQ decision. DEQ is going to talk about their decision to allow most of the 1,4-dioxane for the Paul Gellman site to just spread unremediated, and some of that may be heading to the Ann Arbor water supply. Second thing is, we had a really great A2 New Tech talk last night. Steve Blank, how many were there? Nobody? Okay, all right, you were there. The video's up on the A2 New Tech website. Yeah, definitely you should, as an investor, you need to watch this talk. He's a Silicon Valley customer development expert. The third thing is we've spun off Detroit New Tech to help Detroit come back. And I need somebody to cover for me next week to video that. So if anybody wants to volunteer their time to go video, it's going to be down at the CompuWare building. The Quicken Loans office is there. So that's what I have. Thanks. Did I say I'm Roger Rail?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still Roger.
I'll just state right up front that I'm Bud Gibson. I developed the search marketing program at Eastern Michigan University.
I'm really excited about some of the collaborations we have set up with local businesses in the area and some events you'll be hearing about here at LA2M in the not too distant future.
Hi everyone, my name is Lucky Win. I believe in luck in business as well as the results. So that's why I was looking for good people. We found some yesterday at Spark. And now that our television is looking like it's going to happen over the next month, we're starting to focus on a brand campaign for the summer. So if anybody has insight as to integrated marketing, that's what we're listening for right now. Thank you.
I'm going to go back here.
Oh, back here.
Hi, good to see you again. I'm Tiffany Reisner. I work at Ingenix. I also do social media marketing for LA2M, Girls in Tech, a couple other women's associations around here, so I've probably seen you before, and if I haven't, come and meet me. Hi, my name is Nikki. I work for LA2M, and I just help with this on every Wednesday.
Hi, my name is Joe Castley. We provide funding. We help suppliers sell more, and we provide businesses the tools and software and equipment they need to prosper.
Hi, I'm Liz Czak from Czak Creative Resources, my own company for 16 years. I'm a writer and project manager of print, web, and presentation service.
I'm Brett Borswold. I'm a recent grad from Eastern, and I've gone through the search marketing program at least one of the classes with Bud, and I'm looking for a marketing position or a search marketing position right now.
Hi, I'm Jean Lieberman with Personalized Productions. We focus in on project management and particular tools and collaboration tools like Microsoft Project and SharePoint. We do training, consulting. We have a training class coming up the 9th of April on dashboards and project management, very hot topic. It's online, personalizedproductions.com. Go there, you can read about it. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Stacy from Dollarville. We're the local digital print shop, and if you need something fast, we are definitely the ones to call. And I can save you money on shorter runs, more focused print pieces. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tom Crawford, and among other things, I'm an iPhone, iPad developer. And Viz Chef is out there, VIZ Chef. If you've ever tried to make something in the kitchen or know somebody who's tried to make something in the kitchen and have it not turn out, you can get the apps and it steps you through with over 1,900 photos every single thing you need to do and every single ingredient and every single piece of equipment. In addition to that, those are on the App Store now. In addition, for those of you who aren't aware, next Friday is TEDx U of M. It's happening at the Michigan Theater. Sign up now. There's just a few tickets left. So they're selling out 1,700 people. It'll be the biggest TED event in Michigan, actually, this year. So definitely highly recommend that. Some amazing speakers.
Hi, I'm Ed Farrell, founder of Crowd Juice. Crowd Juice makes attendee matchmaking software for professional events like this one to make it easier to find people you should talk to at the event.
I'm Pat Gage with Phoenix Media Group. We help businesses improve their credibility, visibility, and profitability through social media marketing. Let us be your social media marketing department. We also get you on the top of Google. We do Google Places and Google Maps as well too.
And I'm Gail McNally from Gail McNally Interior Design. I'm independent interior designer, commercial, residential. And I have another business called Let's Be Seated Custom Upholstery. And I advertise on WHAM at 7 o'clock every Saturday. And if you want something done right, give me a call.
I'm Jay McNally, and I was a newspaper man for many years, but lately I've been doing politics and just started a talk show on a radio station. I used to call it WHAM 1600. They told me, Jay, WHAM Talk Radio 1600. So that's where I am.
I'm Gint Gaska, a brand new business owner. My new venture centers around a website. It's going to be called, it hasn't been developed in WordPress. It's being developed as we speak. It's going to be called buylocalandarbor.com. And the program centers around a locally owned business loyalty card. And it's
amazingly successful program in Austin, Texas, and I'm going to try to beat it and match it.
My name is Connie Lippert. My company is Tulips Graphics and Web Design. I specialize in Joomla content management systems.
I am Alicia Lippert. I am also with Tulips Graphics and Web Design.
Mike Wynn was saying they're training in Ann Arbor, where we help entrepreneurs and small businesses sell more and sell more easily.
Hi, Jane Delancey, Delancey Design. We provide design services for marketing, and we help people who are anxious to get their story out, or people who are frustrated with their current situation. Delancey Design.
Hi, I'm Peter Clay, Parish Advertising and Design, and it's really nice when someone says a bunch of nice things about you, Jerry. So, how about, I'm wearing green today. If you're part of nonprofits, because I know we always hear people with nonprofits, there's a really cool thing going on through Bank of Ann Arbor right now. Facebook.com/Bank of Ann Arbor. It's the Sweet 15 charity, local charity drive-in. If you've got a nonprofit, if you're connected to a nonprofit, get involved with this. Social media can get you a portion of $75,000 in charity donations.
I'm Drew Wise, and I work in the account team at Parrish.
I'm Craig Dunaway, also work at Parrish Advertising and help John with his technical know-how.
I'm Ernie Parrish with Parrish Advertising, and I'm here to take John to Blimpie Burgers after the meeting. Go on, baby.
Hi, I'm Karen Husselberg, and following Tammy's presentation last week, I've been a nurse for 40-some years, so I'm happy to share any of that knowledge, information to help fellow people here. And we're just learning all this stuff, so any help you can give us, we're willing tutors, students, whatever.
Hi everyone, my name is Julie Gibbs-Alloway. I'm a direct response copywriter and marketing consultant. My business is called blazingcopy.com. My clients range from, I've got a couple of Fortune 500 companies from Walt Disney to Quicksilver. I've also written copy for Colenso and Saatchi, and I work a lot with small businesses.
Hi, I'm Curtis Sherman for Press Studios, and I'm a commercial editorial and portrait photographer.
All right, my name is, Derek Marabon, CEO of Ingenix Digital Marketing, and I have a special announcement. I actually forgot to mention this earlier, but some big LA2M fans are actually celebrating their 43rd anniversary. The Hesselbergs up here. Today's their 43rd anniversary. Some of our youngest and most active LA2M members, for sure. But no, it's a real pleasure you guys come here. So thanks for celebrating your anniversary here with us today. And thanks to all you people who came for the first time. I hope you enjoyed it. We enjoyed the speaker, right? Let's give John Lichtenberg another round of applause. Thank you. And now Dee Davies, can I finish this off?
Thank you, Derek. Next week's Lunch Ann Arbor marketing speaker is going to be a real treat. A lot is being talked about and predicted, and lots of trends around mobile technology and how it can be applied to your business. So we have Linda Dachshund, who some of you might know as Mobile Monday in Michigan co-founder. She's coming to speak about how we can apply mobile technology to our business for profitability and productivity. So see you next week, April 6th at Lunch Ann Arbor Marketing. See you then.